Hey everybody, clearing. All right, we're going to get into a fairly meaty reading here for divine feminines on the left, divine masculines on the right. And just as I say that, I saw the Queen of Wands, one of my favorite divine feminine cards. But let's have a look. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the divine counterparts in the collective that join me here that are heading towards union? What can we see for the feminines on the left, the masculines on the right, the connection space in the middle, and just where everybody's at, the general energy that's going on in the collective, all things journey at this time. Masculines, and let's have a look at the energy in the middle, the center, the connection space. Okay, about the connection in general, what is the theme? Ooh, baby steps, no longer juggling other things. So that's going to relate to the feminines and the masculines. So these center cards are things that are playing out as a fulcrum point between the two. So for the feminines, wow, free and clear to pursue. I mean, so this would imply that the feminines were in other relationships or had other suitors, other options. The King of Pentacles is my hubby card. So if they're no longer juggling, they only have eyes for you, divine masculine. They are free and clear to pursue, and they're wishing for it with all their heart. They do not want other options. They want full-on commitment. Only that will do. How about the masculines? The universe and bravery. So this is the World card. So closing out cycles. It's kind of interesting, right, masculines, when you know that your feminine has fidelity and wants to have only the most righteous connection. That requires some bravery to leave the things you may have been hiding behind, familiar territory, all these other opinions. I'm really heavily getting parental opinions or situations and friend groups, and mostly that, not so much other partners on the masculine side here, but popular opinion. No more juggling those things. It's about going all in and following your heart, masculines. What can we see for each other on the conscious mind? Page of Wands, really praying about, so both are praying. This is my card of prayer, laying all the burden at the altar and asking for the next steps, guidance. How are the feminines doing this as it pertains to their masculine? Wow, yeah, so we get the World card here, closing out the cycles to end the burden and stepping fully onto this passionate new beginning without the previous karmic ties. Anything of more survival, template, worldly scenarios. This is stepping into passion, higher calling, higher purpose. So feminines are wanting this ascended life. They know that there are some steps, some drudgery left to plug through. I'm hearing the feminines know that as their burden is released, not just the extra circumstances in their own lives, but also on the soul level, their own purpose, their calling, their gifts, their talents, stepping into that more, praying about that, aligning with it. They feel it will generally bring them closer to you, divine masculines. What can we see for the DMs? Not communicating about this union coming in, but praying about it. So yeah, DMs are praying about how to bring this union in and how to only communicate what is essential so as not to be misleading, I just heard. So these DMs, you are wanting this union just as much as the feminines, if not more, I just heard. But you're not talking about it because you're more action, less talk. Feminines are also tapping into that action mode here. What can we see on the heart space for each other? Ooh, sovereignty. So this is my card of codependent free energy. This is both holding their own. So on the heart space, there is a sense of wholeness. How is this playing out for the feminines? Yeah, divine justice. So this is a divinely ordained, divinely guided motion for the feminines to be. I just heard that feminine in waiting. This can be the empress in the garden before the emperor comes into partner. But even with the masculines not having proclaimed their love or proposed or come in to offer something, the feminines are already in this balance, in their sovereignty on the heart space. So they are becoming good on their own, or are good on their own. And for masculines, we've got the grieving card and the sun. Ain't no sunshine when they're gone. Okay, so masculines are feeling bloody single, I just heard. Yeah, so I don't mean to laugh about that, masculines, but you know, like, come on, masculines, you're allowed to acknowledge that to your feminines. I know we see this repeatedly, that you're getting the divine intuitive guidance or instinct not to come forward, but I just heard, if you're watching this, give your feminine a sunshiny sync. Post a something online about the sun. Ain't no sunshine when they're gone. Post something about the sun that your feminine would resonate with. That's a really interesting thing. Like, or feminines, watch for your masculines posting about the weather, even gray clouds, the silver lining, something about sun and clouds I'm very much getting, which would confirm if these masculines are not feeling on the up and up without you in their lives, feminines. That was a very tender energy to tune into. So these masculines may have been feeling the effects of Valentine's Day and feeling like they've missed yet another opportunity for togetherness here. What can we see for the heart space? Removing extra opinions and energies. How are the feminines letting go of unnecessary? Wow, we got the 5 of Cups here too. I'm just really thinking this is the Valentine's Day blues, everybody. But yeah, feminines are really wondering if you're still interested, masculines. Valentine's Day is historically a pretty good day to connect in a romantic way, and the feminines are feeling like there hasn't been an investment. They can sense the love is there, but where are you, divine masculine? So feminines, occasions like Valentine's Day don't actually, when you think of it, prove someone loves you or not, right? And this 5 of Wands can be that kind of fluffy reminder that we can't base our worth on a culturally sanctioned holiday. It has to be, 365 days a year, not when it's a consumer driven holiday. What can we see for the masculines? Emotional about the new beginning. A whole series of little things added up to make Valentine's Day a little inconvenient to be able to express their emotions authentically, feminines. It's like it was just a little bit too rushed or hectic or frazzled for them to be coherent enough to say it right. And on top of the pressure of Valentine's Day, these masculines are feeling some kind of way about it that is in a funk. Just getting this funk. What can we see for manifestations? Knight of Wands, more than hot and cold player, back and forth, weak energy. Both are wanting more substance in the connection. Feminines, yeah, they want some communication to move this forward, masculines. The feminines want, in order for them to feel like it warrants deepening, they do deeply desire your communication. Wow. A card just knocked off the top of the deck, and guess what card it was? It was off this deck, but it's the same card. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. Double communication there. Feminines really want to talk about you and them becoming exclusive, monogamous. They want to know where you stand with if you're dating other people. They want to know what your current opinion on sensual connection is. If you find your feminine to be that person for you, they just want to know this at this stage. They don't want to be let down easy, so they would rather have no news if you're not sure. But if you are sure, they do want communication, masculines, about this. And the DMs, truth, and the Queen of Cups. So masculines are getting the signs that their intuition is telling them, and signs and synchronicities, other things, other people may be telling the masculines, what are you waiting for? Come on already, just do it. That shows me that some people around the divine masculines know that they love their divine feminine, or have been saying like they are the perfect match for you. How can you not be interested in this splendid person? That's what I'm hearing some of the people around the masculines saying. I'm also hearing the masculines saying, I want it to be just right. I can't put my finger on it, but it's not quite right yet. Okay, so intuition is on fleek, I just heard, and these masculines know. It's like a slow burn. It's like the more they feel into it, the more it does set you apart, divine feminines. The masculines do want to communicate. The Ace of Swords is communication. It is the sword that the Knight of Swords wields, that message that comes in. So they are partially getting the downloads on what to say, and partially also being given a nudge by those around them and their own intuition. I'm hearing again, even a female friend around these masculines, a sister, an aunt, even a mother, saying, tell them you're not dating around. Tell them you're doing all this for them. There's somebody in the energy saying, have mercy. Ooh, that hurt. I felt that, masculines. So divine feminines, these masculines are very anxious and nervous about expressing their emotions, but there are people around these masculines kind of urging them to fill you in on more of their truth. Even if it's not time yet, there are certain people, like, I can see them like, come on, do it. Huh. Wow. That was some, so possibly even around Valentine's or leading up to it, there could have been some intensity that way. What can we see for the actions? Walking away from emotional or things that don't serve emotionally. Behaviors, actions, thoughts. How are the feminines? Oh my goodness. The Eight of Cups to clarify. But walking away from the masculines. So divine masculines, your feminines are on the verge of walking away if they don't get this in communication from you. What are they to do, really, masculines? Your divine feminines love themselves so much. I'm hearing the masculines saying, do you really love yourself that much if you're willing to walk away right before the finish line? Oh, masculines. I'm working on something, just give me time, I heard. Wow. Okay, so feminines, there's a little bit of intensity in the energy that this message is talking about. Really sort through if you're walking away out of fear or because it's your truth. And that can be very covert. Don't do anything rash, but do figure out where you stand, feminines. And for the masculines here, ooh, the High Priest and the Three of Wands, Lord of established strength. That is spiritual strength. So these masculines have been superhuman to hold back until it's just right as they are divinely guided. And they're telling me again, this is the key, feminines. This is the key to allowing the masculines to create this safety going forward in your connection by allowing them to be that disciplined intermediary between heaven and earth for this love. So what I'm hearing here is walking away from thinking that this is games and really validating that the masculines would have come forward already if they honestly felt that it was divinely guided to do so. And so they're having to walk away from their fear, the stigmas, the risk. They know that their divine feminine won't actually leave if it's really their divine feminine. It is coming down to the wire here, though. It's interesting because I'm seeing the moment that the karma is actually balanced for the counterparts, and it does come down to the wire like that, and then bloop. So it stands to reason that it would feel like it was approaching disconnect as the karma and the union and the sovereignty is coming into a perfected balance. So this is where a full surrender and trusting the process is in order. What can we see for the biggest challenge in the connections? The Hanged One, that there has been a prolonged pause. A pause I'm hearing that has gone over Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and Valentine's Day, the roughest terrain of the year. And now we have it moving forward. It's funny because I feel like telepathically I heard my person say, exactly acknowledging all those really cheesy, not that they are cheesy once you're in a connection, but if you've got some kind of establishing to do, is it as genuine as it can be to initiate on those major holidays? Let's see what the feminines are talking about here. Strength and, okay, the feminines are really hoping, masculines, that you don't have somebody else going on or that you're coming through the release of that. They are not going into rebellion. They are not going off and finding somebody else, just yet. They are feeling like the momentum is going to start going again. Yeah. So the feminines are just experiencing being spiritually strong without them running to a backup plan or trying to get out and date out of fear. There's something going on in the energy that both can sort of feel is about to move forward. The feminines do want to have verbal communication about you choosing them, though, masculines. There's some anticipation that this conversation is coming. I'm just hearing the feminines saying, I don't want to have to walk away. Please, God, please, divine, confirm it for me so I know one way or the other. I feel a lot of tears in that, masculines. What can we see for the DMs? Transformation and the Eight of Wands. These are both in the inverse. So death, there seems to be a dip off in the telepathic connection right now. This is also Cupid's love arrows. So the first message with the telepathic connection, masculines could be really going into the zone, into the Holy of Holies to find out what their truth is and this impeccable timing and guidance that they're getting. But this could also be that they didn't want to come in half-assed before Valentine's. They would rather have the grand reveal of who they've become, what their priorities are, where their mind and heart are at, in a more personal way than, again, on one of these big holidays. So masculines are getting ready here. There does seem to be energy building to bring this into the physical with no rush. Lord of Swiftness is in the inverse. They don't want to be, what is that? Hurried. But it's not quite that. Rash. They don't want to be hasty. Hasty was the word. But they do feel that there is a shift here. I'm hearing again, they feel there's a readiness coming in for the feminines. I'm seeing them watching the feminines ready to blossom. So whatever this first message was about the feminines being truly free and clear to pursue, whatever that means in your connection, the masculines are heightened to this awareness. What can we see for the solution to the Hanged One? Working on things in the physical. Oh, I see how this one has 2 and this one has 1. I heard this was the masculines, and they're going to be coming in to do 2 times. They're going to do the most by 2 times what the feminine, because of the way the feminine has loved tenfold. The masculines are coming in to carry twice the responsibility in showing you how much they appreciate your heart, your efforts, your consistency, the length of time this has been unfolding. They really want to come in and treat you like a lady. Take gender how it resonates, but that's what I heard. They want to treat you like a queen, a princess, a lady, an empress, mine. They want to show you what you deserve. The way our connection has unfolded is not what you are worth. Let me have some time so that when I come back in, we can start fresh and I can show you what you're actually worth, how I see you. I'm also hearing the masculine saying, forgive me, I was a jerk. Ooh. Okay, so things are moving forward. I do feel like these masculines are understanding how callous they were with your connection, feminines. They want to make it up to you. What are the feminines experiencing in this? Divine timing and 8 of orbs. Okay, so the feminines have no idea how it's going to turn out, masculines. You know, many of the divine feminines are highly intuitive, psychic. They can be, you know, readers, psychics, intuitives, women's intuition, feminine intuition, all of that. But they really have had to drop all their expectations and attachments in this journey and clear the slate. It's like the feminines are saying, I got nothing. You may think that I know so much because of the way that we have interacted and what you know of me, but when it comes to you and love, I really don't know. The feminines are saying they trust that it's going to work out in divine time, according to divine plan, but they really, really don't know masculines. What are the masculines saying here? Steps in the process and King of Pentacles. There's that King of Pentacles. So these masculines are saying they want to earn it. They want to take each step as it's warranted. They want to show you what it looks like when they go from behind the scenes to the forefront. They want to fall in love with you the right way, I just heard. And this is them actually showing up. So they are getting ready to be this in your life, feminines. What can we see in the near future? The card of free will, accountability, taking the accountability. How are the feminines meant to do this? By letting go of all of those victim storylines that say that you're not going to receive love, that you don't deserve love. It's about you taking yourself out of that turmoil and out of that frequency. Each person knows, each feminine knows how they have wallowed in that at times. And this is saying, dry your tears, get yourself out of that. You have the free will to do so. That is not the dimension you want to be living in. That is not your story, feminines. What can we see for the masculines and this near future? Oh, Six of Wands and the communication. So they may not be coming in straight out the gate with a proposal, but there is communication. This is the same card we got double for the feminines. So their free will accountability knows that they do need to talk to you, feminines. They do need to communicate directly. Now, this is the Lord of Victory. This is also that card where the masculine rides in from the karmic battle and crowns a bride or proposes. Being that that's in the inverse, they might want to speak to you in private. They might want to see where you stand, feminines. It does feel like they want an intimate heart-to-heart conversation, but it's not going to be toted like that. Let me clarify. What do these masculines want to express? That they're sorry. I just heard, I don't want to live without you. That they've tried to put every manner of wedge in between your relationship and they hate it. It feels like they want to say, I don't have the answers, but the answer is not pushing you away anymore. Oh. Yeah. And that they don't know what it looks like. I just heard their frustration with themselves is becoming more significant than their fear and their anxiety about coming close. They can't resist the pull, the spiritual, the energetic pull any longer. We do have the card of free will here, so not everybody is going to do this, but I just heard the majority of them are not more stubborn than God. Yeah, High Priestess. When you know, you know. I'm hearing the masculine saying, it doesn't make sense, but I can't deny it's true. Much love, everyone. Bye for now.